Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about a statistics that is being spread around by mainstream media outlets like wildfire. And I think it's important we address these things because this is how misinformation spreads and it can really get dangerous. Now, the topic of this statistics relates to rape, and I want to make it clear that I understand this is a very serious and heinous crime and a sensitive issue for perhaps many people listening to this right now. But if you want people to address this problem, if you want people to get, come up with constructive solutions, you have to be honest with the statistics. And so I would urge you guys to be as objective as you possibly can. So the fake statistic that is being passed around is that only 2% of all rape allegations are false and the rest is true. You probably have seen this in many forms. And the study that a lot of these outlets tend to cite is this. The study is called False Allegations of Sexual Assault, an analysis of 10 years of reported cases. The authors are David Lisak, Laurie Gardner, C. Niska, and Ashley M. Coate. Now, having gone through the study, I would want people to know that the researchers are very open about the limitations of the numbers and the limitations of the methodology. The mainstream outlets that is miscoding this study on purpose is doing it on their own accord, and the researchers themselves are not to be blamed for this. The study, at least, every study has limitations, and so does this. But the researchers do their best to be as objective as possible. Now let's get down to the numbers. First of all, the claim that only 2% of rape allegations are false is not true. At least it's not quantifiably verified by the researcher. The researchers in this study, along with several other studies, say that depending on geographical and other demographic factors, the number of false allegations is somewhere between 2 to 10%. 2 to 10% is by no means the same thing as 2%. Also important to understand that the researchers are saying that depending on certain factors, 2 to 10% of allegations are proven to be false. They're not saying that the rest are true. That is the form of activism that is being done by the mainstream media outlets. Let me give you guys a counterexample. Do you guys know that in rape cases, most cases don't lead to a conviction? Let's say 5% of rape cases lead to a conviction. 5% just, as an example to help us think. The actual number is somewhere between 5 to 10 depending on other factors. So let's say in a particular city, in a particular county, 5% of cases lead to conviction. If someone were to look at this and then make the claim that since only 5% of cases is leading to criminal convictions, that must mean that 95% of the cases are false, you would say that's a terrible mischaracterization of that statistics, correct? Well, that is exactly what our mainstream media outlet is doing. The studies point out that somewhere between 2 to 10% are proven to be false. We don't know if the others are true. That means 2 to 10% of rape allegations are not false. At least 2 to 10% of rape allegations are proven to be false. Because of the sensitive nature and because of the difficulty in assessing these claims, we do not know whether a lot of these cases are true or false. And that is where people are engaging their own activism in it. If you want to make the claim that most allegations are false, then you are making the unfair assumption that all the allegations that you do not know anything about are false. Similarly, people in the mainstream outlet who are claiming that only these numbers of allegations are false are making the unfair assumption that all the other cases that they know nothing about is true. Both those things are a mischaracterization of statistics, a mischaracterization of data, and will not bring people closer to the truth. Well, you guys, that's essentially it. I will link the data down below. I will link the study down below if you guys want to look at it. And the authors are pretty upfront about their methodology and their limitations, and I think they do a good job trying to paint an objective picture, even though every media outlet is miscoding and mischaracterizing or misrepresenting what these authors have tried to say. Anyways, you guys, that's it for this one. I'll talk to you guys soon.